Hey, what's up, everybody? So I'm coming to you today with the weekend preview. Friday and Saturday we got fights on, a couple different cards. Pretty decent it's a pretty decent weekend of action. No big time superstar names, but I mean outside of Chocolatito. But in terms of top dogs in the yard right now, nobody huge, but it's going to be a pretty decent weekend, and guys that are moving themselves in line for bigger fights. So we'll get into that. Two different cards to talk about. I'll jump into the DAZN card on Friday night. Not going to be that bad. It's featuring weight classes that I don't do top 10s on, which 115 and 112. There's a triple header on DAZN. Anyway, a big time triple header. The undercard is honestly, I forgot the dude's name on the undercard, but it's for a flyweight world title. It's the little dudes. The co-feature is Chocolatito defending his belt that he won back in February when he beat some guy named Yafai, who was pretty solid at 115. And then the main event is Cuadras and Estrada, which is a big-time title fight at 115 as well. So, a lot of significance, pretty solid action right here. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'll probably be popping in and out, checking it out. I got some things going on, but it should be a pretty decent night of action. The little dudes throw a lot of punches, and that's what makes them interesting. I usually don't follow those divisions though, from 118 down, because there's a lot of movement even when the divisions get popular for a moment. A lot of these guys move up and down in weight. It's kind of a breeze through division fighting that small, and there's not a lot of play on TV. You don't even get to see a lot of those fights unless they're big time names like Estrada and Chocolatito, and like now they got the monster at 118, Inoue, but he's even going to be moving up in weight soon. So it just all depends on who's fighting, but it's very rare you get to see a pretty solid one. So all the little dudes are getting together on this card. Two title fights at 115, one of them featuring Chocolatito, the other one the main event. Cuadras and Estrada should be good, and then you have another flyweight world title fight at 112, which is going to be on kicking off the triple header. So pretty decent night of action on Friday night. I'm not really going to give predictions because I don't follow those divisions religiously. I follow 122 to heavyweight religiously, and I really don't follow these ones, but it should be a pretty good night of action on DAZN. Check it out. And then the main on Saturday, you got Showtime's bringing you a triple header as well. There's one fight where the two fighters, I know nothing about either one of them. It's not a big mainstream, or even featuring top 10 guys or guys that are close to the top 10. So I'm not going to discuss that. I'm going to discuss two fights. The first one, the co-feature, sees Xavier Martinez, an undefeated super featherweight at 130, trying to make a name and really get his career best win when he takes on former world title challenger Claudio Marrero. Marrero is a very solid veteran who came up from who's coming up from 126. He's 500 in his last four bouts. He lost his last fight in February when he went over to the United Kingdom and got his ass whipped against Kid Galahad, as he was trying to get in line to become a number one contender for a world title. He also lost to Tuxko Nyambayar in January of 2019. So the dude, he once he gets up against that premier level, he's folded, but he's not a bad fighter. He fights hard, and he's coming up trying to, beat the upstart Martinez. I haven't seen Martinez fight yet, but he's undefeated. He's on the rise, and I think he's going to stop Marrero in the middle of the later rounds, or get a clean decision win here and remain undefeated as he moves forward towards trying to throw himself into the top 10 probably next year. He'll make a run at that and try to move himself in line for a world title eventually. So good young fighter here in Xavier Martinez, worth watching. Martinez and Marrero. I got Martinez winning. Then in the main event, you got former junior welterweight champion Sergey Lipinets. He's now a welterweight, fighting in the best division in boxing. He's my number 9 welterweight in the world. Only loss of his career to Mikey Garcia a couple years ago. No shame in that. Lost the decision to him. He was supposed to fight an undefeated Russian fighter I tell you the truth, the dude's name's all fucked up, so I'm not even going to try to go there. That fighter had visa issues trying to get into the country, so they replaced him. He's fighting some dude named, I think, Custio or Clayton Custio or Custio Clayton, undefeated fighter from Nova Scotia, Canada, basically, who's trying to prove himself, and throw himself in the mix. He's a replacement opponent. It's going to be about on a week and a half, notice that he's taking on a fight with Lipinets, but this fight is very significant, and I'll tell you why. This is for the vacant IBF interim welterweight title. What that means is the winner is basically, they're the interim champion, but the interim champion in the IBF, that governing body, basically means you're the number one contender, and you're fighting for the title next. It's been very rare that I've seen an interim champion who defends his interim title or he doesn't get an immediate crack at the main world title. And right now, that main world title is held by Errol Spence Jr. He's the undefeated IBF and WBC unified champion. So the winner of Lipinets and this Clayton guy are going to fight. They'll be in line to fight the winner of Errol Spence and Danny Garcia. And I believe the winner of that fight's going to want to take on a big name opponent next. So the winner of this fight might be your next IBF welterweight champion in the best division of boxing, 147 welterweight. Unless the winner of that fight decides to go after, the winner of Spence and Garcia decides to take a step back fight, and not fight a big name fighter, which I think Lipinets is going to be the winner here. Then the winner of that fight's probably moving on to fight Keith Thurman or Sean Porter or another big name in the division, and will probably be willing to give up one of the belts in order to do that, one of the two belts. So, this fight's got a lot of significance. It puts Lipinets or this other guy in line to fight whoever the IBF champion is, and puts them right there. And if they decide not to, then they get upgraded to full champion, and they could fight whoever after that. And I'm pretty sure they'll get a big name, because this division, holding a world title, a lot of these guys are trying to fight each other. So a lot of significance on this weekend's main event right here. I think Lipinets is going to stop this guy, maybe in the later rounds. If he doesn't get a stoppage win, he'll get a clean decision, and Lipinets will be the new IBF interim champion. And his next fight is going to be a title fight for sure, either challenging the winner of Spence and Garcia or being upgraded to full champion and defending that title. So we're going to see. So DAZN on Friday night, the little guys, Chocolatito's coming back, Cuadras and Estrada for another title at 115. And then Saturday, you got Lipinets for the interim title against Clayton. And then the other one is Xavier Martinez, undefeated super featherweight, against veteran Claudio Morero. Should be good. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's the weekend preview. True Boxing, you've been hit with the truth.